Today I'm ranking every leader in OP12. Hello and welcome to the table, and today I'm back with another tier list video, this time for One Piece. And I know it's been a minute since I've done a tier list, but hey, here we go. Let's dive right into it, starting off with the first leader, Silver's Rayleigh. This deck is kind of like just a worse aggro deck. It's like a worse Red Zoro from OP01. The deck's good. Like, it seems decent. You can only have cards with a cost of 4 or less in your deck, and, I mean, you can buff your stuff, but you have to reveal 2 events from your hand in order to do so. And it can only be cards with a base power of 4,000 or less. And it's a 2,000 power buff, and it's just like, I don't know, it seems good. You can have the animal package, because all aggressive decks run the animal package, apparently, which is, I don't know. It's good, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, it's funny to me. But yeah, Silver's Rayleigh, like, you can run the animal package. There are cards in the current set that can, like, help the deck be more aggressively powerful, and it's good, it's decent. It's a good aggro deck. It's not an insane aggro deck, but in general, I would say that the deck's probably about a B tier. But that is not the case for Roronoa Zoro. This deck seems absolutely insane to me. With Zoro, so long as you have 3 Dawn under him as an activate main once per turn, if this leader has battled one of your opponent's characters during this turn, you can set this leader as active. But after that, this leader cannot attack your opponent's characters with a base cost of 7,000 or less. Base cost of 7 or less. So basically, you kill one of your opponent's things, then you can reset this leader and attack your opponent's leader. And it's just a really good way to manage the opponent's board state. There's a ton of cards in this set that can allow you to search, make the deck consistent, and have a lot of ways to rest your opponent's stuff and make it hard for your opponent to really get a foothold on you. The deck's really aggressive, can be a little bit more control-y through the fact that it's managing the opponent's board state like crazy. And it just seems like an absolutely insane deck. There's a ton of support already for the deck, in addition to OP12 having 8 searchers being added to this deck, in addition to a ton of new cards that are going to be very powerful for Zoro. Just makes this leader seem like absolutely insane to me. So I don't really know where else to put this besides S tier, so there you go. Roronoa Zoro going to S tier. But then I got Kuzan, a just blue leader. It's a really powerful looking leader because whenever a card is trashed from your hand by your Navy type card's effect, you draw that many cards. So basically, I get that all the black cards for like Navy cards, all the black Navy cards, generally speaking, are where you're going to be trashing cards. A lot of your Navy cards in black are going to be trashing cards. There aren't as many in blue, but there's still a decent amount in blue. Plus, in this set, there are actually a decent amount of blue cards being added to Kuzan's card pool that do trash cards from your hand. So it's just like there's a lot of ways and a lot of potential in the future because this deck's going to be sticking around for a while at this point. But there's a lot of potential in the future for this deck to just get that many more cards that just say, hey, trash a card from your hand, get this crazy cool fun effect, and oh, by the way, thanks to your leader's effect, you're trashing this card, sure, that doesn't counter for anything, let's draw a new card instead. And it's just like, you can run a lot of really powerful cards that don't have a counter, and run a lot of cards that just say, hey, trash a card from your hand, get this cool fun effect. Some of those cards being on your no-K counter, some of those maybe being on your 1K, 2K counters or whatever. But then you trash another no-K counter and then draw that many cards, and then it's just like, it seems like you're getting a ton of value off of Kuzan because there are a decent amount of blue cards, again, that trash cards from your hand. So, plus in the future, it's just like, I don't know. Seems like there's a lot of potential for this guy. So I'm going to be putting Kuzan in A tier. But then I got Sanji, which is another really cool looking leader. You can play Straw Hat type events from your hand with the cost of 3 or less by just minusing a Dawn, which is really powerful in my opinion. I mean, it's just like, hey, let's play Gum Gum Lightning or whatever the card's called. It just KOs one of your opponent's stuff with a 8,000 power or less, or no, 6,000 power or less, sorry. But still, it's just like, you can play really powerful events for really, really freaking cheap, basically no cost at all, depending on the event, in addition to getting ramp stapled into a deck that's running purple and blue. The decks, like the aspect combinations or color combinations that have the biggest endgame monsters possible. Like, when you think of endgame monstrosities, you think of purple and you think of blue, or at least I do. Because, I mean, when you're thinking a big game, purple has some of the biggest monsters in the game because purple wants to ramp. So they gotta have some really big monsters. And blue wants to go late. So in order to win the game, you gotta have something that allows you to win. A lot of times, that's a big game monster. So blue and purple, the fact that there's ramp stapled onto your leader, Sanji, in addition to caring about Straw Hats, in addition to having access to a ton of stupidly busted powerful cards, just makes Sanji look like a really, really powerful deck and have a ton of potential. So I think Sanji deserves nothing below A tier. So A tier for Sanji. But then I got Corazon, or Don Quixote Rosinante. This guy is really, really fun looking. She's like, hey, you know, once per turn, if one of your laws would be killed, you can actually just add the top card of your life cards to your hand instead. And then once per turn, you can minus a Dawn, and then play a law that costs 4 more from your hand for 2 less. And she's like, it's law tribal, which in my opinion is hilarious. It's like, let's play a law, and then another law, and then another law, and then another law, and let's play some blocker laws, and let's play some discard laws, and let's play, like, there's a ton of really powerful laws. It's not the most insane deck in the game. It's a pretty goofy deck when you really think about it, but she's like, it's funny. And it has potential to be good. It's better than Rayleigh, in my opinion. Maybe a little bit worse, maybe a little bit better. I mean, it just depends. But it's just like, I think that Corazon just seems like a really fun-looking deck. It's not powerful, but it just seems dumb. So I think Corazon deserves, like, a little bit above Rayleigh in B tier. It's like, because of how powerful Law is, and the fact that this leader has the ability to make laws harder to kill, in addition to there being some really powerful cards in this set being printed into this card pool, into this leader's card pool, that can make more laws, or more law searchers, or, like, because there's a law searcher now, but, like, with all these cards being added to Corazon's card pool, in addition to there already being a ton of powerful laws, it just seems like it's not a bad deck. It's not a great deck, but it's not a bad deck. But then lastly, I got Koala. This deck seems absolutely busted to me, because whenever this leader attacks, if you have 2 or more 8 costs, you get to draw a card. And there are cards in this set that just say, hey, while this is on the board and your leader is a Revolutionary Army type or something like that, or a Dressrosa type or something, it gets +3 cost, +4 cost, and it goes up to an 8 cost. That all of a sudden is like, hey, now I have those 8 costs, and I have 2 by turn, I don't know, my Dawn 6 turn, and then I'm attacking and then drawing a card, and then once per turn, in addition to, you know, being able to draw a ton of cards off of Koala throughout the course of the game potentially, once per turn, if your opponent would play a card with a base cost of 8 or more, or when an opponent plays a character using a card's effect, your opponent just adds the top card of life to their hand. I mean, it's just like, every time that your opponent, especially against a deck that cares about playing a bunch of big dumb monsters, like a purple deck, like a blue deck, like maybe a green deck. I mean, a lot of decks have cards that are big to end the game unless they're aggressive. Most every mid-range and control deck in the history of this game has some kind of like 8 cost or something close to that, like a 9 cost or something that costs 8 or more, that allows you to win the game. That is your end game finisher. And this card says anytime you do that, or anytime that your opponent would play just a card off of a character's effect, they lose a life. I mean, that just seems insane to me. So, Koala, I would love to put you behind Zoro, but realistically, you're a little bit more powerful, so you're going right ahead of Zoro. Just barely. You're a couple of points ahead of Zoro, in my mind. But, with all that aside, this is my tier list. Hope that you all enjoy it. If you don't like this tier list and you think I got stuff in the wrong place, leave a comment down below. Tell me your tier list for the set, your leader tier list for the set. And hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It's completely free and no regrets. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Enjoy.